the idea that the mind can appear in every human form, vocalizing, projecting, thinking, imagining, fantasizing, promoting, giving examples of the same thing, so that everything can be one big happy family, one big whole peaceful universe or world, or some just look at it home, household. Even a household, unless you're on your own, can be entirely happy and content with life. It's a deluded state of a mind. Whatever we are is not initially, when we're born into this little child body, is not a programmed way. You're not designed and operated and with a planned, this is the one that's going to do this and this with their life, and it's going to look like this, that, and they're going to have this and that problems. It's absolutely foolish to think that a God or anything that whatever has created this would have that foolish idea. We're programmed from the minute we arrive in the body, from the parents, the teachers, the words, the identities, the names. This is the right way, this is the wrong way. This is how to be good, this is how to be bad. This is pain, this is pleasure. That's a girl, you're a boy. That's a boy, you're a girl. You're not allowed to do this in your world, you're allowed to do that. You have to do this, you have to be at this time, you have to have routine. Next family, no routine, hippie. How can two be the same? All you're trying to do is program your family into being the exact replicas of you, based on religion, based on past, now distasteful ways. We don't eat the meat of the cow from our fingers and we use knives and forks. We're a civilized race, we've moved on. But the laws and the biblical and the ways that have been predetermined, predestined, preset by now fossils in the ground, they haven't changed. They don't change. Why would they change? A continual way of, we can make sure that they behave, they turn up for work, and they can be at our mercy when we call. Pandemic, let's make a pandemic. It's hypothetical. No, the speaker's never making accusations or assumptions. But lockdown. Okay, let's all get locked down. Instinctively, many people said, no, I don't want to get locked down. I'm not frightened of this invisible virus. Yet, they obeyed. Because that's what we're programmed to do, is to obey this, what Yuji Krishnamurti calls society. Now, I'm not here going to ridicule governments, politicians. Each one of us has been captured by an idea that there's no way out. There's no way out. So we invent or we go back into past, and also more ogres, spiritualists, religious cults. They say, okay, let's look for a way out. So you follow the old style way out. You follow the old style guidelines as a human, and as that what wants to get out says, okay, how do I get out? I want to get away from these guidelines, these rules, these regulations, this controlling entity, this atmospheric power that so many minds have over me. I want to get out. So you don't look at the present moment. You don't look at what the present speakers are saying. You don't look at Eckhart Tolle and say, okay, right, what is he saying without copying? He's saying, stay in the present moment. And what's going to happen? You know, that's primitive. We have to do something to get somewhere. To do something to get somewhere is just another idea that there is something better outside of you that's going to pacify you through this life, so that at the end of the life you say, it was okay, yeah, it was fine, yeah. I had good days and bad days. How do you do it, you see? How do you get out? It's very simple. You realize there's nothing to do. There's no one to get out. You're already out. It's the mind that's in. How do you get out of the mind? You cannot get out of the mind. The mind has to get out of you. Move away, mind. Who's talking? Who's telling the mind to get out? Who's dismissing the mind? I don't want to dismiss the mind totally. I don't want to forget who my children are. Do you need the mind to remind you that the child in front of you was not born from your womb? Do you need the mind to say, okay, do you have to go through an investigation parade, you know, when everyone's lined up, yeah? What's your child? I don't know. I don't know. Mind. What's the name? Oh, Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca. Rebecca's my child. Hands up, all Rebeccas. 7 hands up. Oh, seven child. I don't have 7 childs. I only had 1. Look with your eyes and point. That's what each speaker is doing, pointing. Look at you. Look at you. Where are you? Who are you? Are you this mind? Are you this body? Are you this imprisoned feeling, this emotional, bound, sensational, often get out to play man, often get out to play woman? Often I get to change my sex to become one or the other, because I have to follow this mind that says, you're an individual. You're not an individual. Your mind is an individual entity that tries to keep everything tightly bound together, knowing full well that what the speaker said at the beginning, everyone is absolutely unique. Not 2 minds will come together and meet and have the same experience and leave the room with the same ongoing way to keep whatever it is they've discovered on a continual path. That's the being. The being doesn't make any decisions, doesn't have any interests, doesn't want or need anything more than what it is, doesn't have to work in specific days, in areas, in jobs, and doesn't have to go and learn about specific words and identities. That's the mind. And we're all living mind. We are all living mind. But have you discovered that what is living mind? That mind cannot say what you are. Oh, I know what I am. I'm this body, but I have a mind. Well, that's mind speaking about itself. Mind has the body. Mind owns the body. Mind operates the body. We're not talking body. We're talking that what is beyond body. Have you went beyond your body, your I, your mind, your consciousness, your life? Have you went to that place that Rumi discusses, that cannot even describe it appropriately because it's so incredibly vast? That's you with a stifled mind that thinks through our mindliness we can bring the world together and we can be happy and content, and no more wars, no more fighting, no more murders, no more needs for uniformed people, no more. We can all become hippies, you know. And hippie, it also is an M. What can remove names and identities? What can remove names and identities, associations, attachments, hopes, beliefs, needs, desires? What can remove all the states that is keeping that what is here as freedom to be free from being free? What is it? Have you discovered the truth about you? Have you discovered the truth about you and who you are, where you are, how far you stretch, your infinite, limitless, pure self? Have you discovered anything like that? Or have you discovered your name, your body, your identity, your mind, your words, your world, your planet, your earth, all these things that have names and identities and are broken up and divisive? Have you? Yeah, we've all discovered that. We're programmed into discovering that. But can you go beyond that? And what goes beyond that? Mind cannot go beyond that. Only life, in its purest sense, in the tunnel of consciousness, deep down within I, can rediscover that what it truly is. And when it comes back, it cannot even, with any effort or no effort, replicate what it is to another. Because the mind will take it and eat up the information and spit it out in whatever the way the mind wants to spit it out. Like the anus, when it takes the food, it's all regurgitated. The stomach, all the anatomy does its bit in this, and the anus says, no, go. Doesn't put it out beautifully, impeccably, just wants to get rid of it. That's your story about awakening enlightenment. The mind will make some shit out of it.